Chinese beauty influencer Du Mizhu accused of scamming single mother fan, and why this is such a big issue in China's livestream culture. Du Mizhu used to be known as a brave young woman who took down one of China's biggest pop stars. Now she's being called a scammer, and the internet is not letting it slide. This whole mess started when a woman known online as Sister Bing came forward and accused Du of scamming her out of nearly 200,000 yuan, which is around $27,800. This wasn't some investor or a rich person who could take the hit. This was a 40-something single mother who drives a taxi for a living. Her real name is Miss Zhu, and she says she gave Du the money over time because she genuinely thought Du was struggling and needed help. To understand why this hit such a nerve in China, you need to go back a bit. Du Mizhu became famous in 2021 at just 19 years old when she publicly accused Chris Wu, a Chinese-Canadian superstar, of rape. That was a massive deal. After she came forward, over 20 more women also spoke up, and Chris Wu ended up in prison for 13 years. At that time, a lot of people supported Du. She was seen as strong, honest, someone who spoke up when no one else dared to. Miss Zhu was one of those supporters. Miss Zhu says she started following Du around that time. She was inspired by her story and felt bad for the hardships Du claimed to be going through. In 2022, Du added her on WeChat, and they started chatting. According to Miss Zhu, Du would tell her about her struggles, how life was hard, how she was dealing with legal stuff, how she had sick family members and needed help with school fees. Bit by bit, Miss Zhu started sending her money. It began with small amounts, but it added up fast. By the end of 2023, she had sent nearly 200,000 yuan. Then came the real kicker. Miss Zhu had a family emergency and needed money herself. She asked Du to repay what she'd given her. Du only sent back 30,000 yuan and told her she wasn't getting the rest. Meanwhile, Du was still posting pictures of herself living what looked like a dream life, traveling, wearing designer clothes, eating at fancy restaurants, talking about buying a villa. It made Miss Zhu, and a lot of other people, furious. How could someone who looks that rich take money from a hardworking single mom? Miss Zhu took her story public in June 2025. She even traveled to Du's hometown in Inner Mongolia to report her to the police. On Weibo, her post exploded. One of them got over 130,000 likes, and people started digging into Du's online lifestyle, calling her a fraud, a liar, and worse. Du eventually responded, but her defense didn't win her any sympathy. She basically said, "Yeah, she gave me money. But back then, she had money to throw around on live streamers. Now she's broke and wants it back. That's not my problem." She also said she had sent Miss Zhu thousands of yuan too and accused her of trying to extort her. Her exact words were, "No amount of moral pressure will work. I have a clear conscience." But most people didn't buy it. Even if Du technically didn't break the law, most people felt what she did was morally wrong. They didn't like how she was trying to paint herself as a victim. They didn't like how she kept showing off her old money, fashion style on social media while ignoring the accusations. Every time she tried to delete negative comments, more would pop up. "At this rate, there won't be any comments left," one person wrote. The real reason this story is blowing up, though, goes beyond just two people. It's shining a light on something a lot of people in China are getting sick of: the fake, flashy lifestyle that influencers constantly shove in your face. Influencers in China, especially live streamers, are a huge deal. People go online not just to shop, but to hang out, get entertained, and even build emotional connections with the people on screen. And many of these influencers have mastered the art of making themselves look rich, successful, and trustworthy. They rent luxury cars, use fake backgrounds, borrow designer clothes, and carefully stage every photo or video to make it seem like they're living the perfect life. But most of it is fake. And they do it to get attention, build a following, and eventually, just like in Du's case, get people to send them money. In China's live streaming world, it's super common for fans to send money or digital gifts. It might be small amounts at first, but it adds up. Influencers are trained to interact with fans, create emotional connections, and keep them engaged so they'll keep donating. And the deeper that emotional connection goes, the easier it is to cross the line from fan to financial supporter. That's exactly what seems to have happened here. Miss Zhu genuinely thought she was helping someone she cared about. But that person was allegedly faking a lifestyle while quietly collecting cash from people like her. A lot of people are asking, why did Miss Zhu give away that kind of money in the first place? Shouldn't she have spent it on her daughter? And yeah, logically, that's fair. But not everything people do is logical, especially when emotion is involved. Miss Zhu believed she was helping someone who had gone through hell and needed a hand. She trusted Du. And in a world where people feel more isolated and alone than ever, that kind of emotional connection can feel real, even when it's built through a phone screen. Now people are calling for more regulation in the live streaming space. They're asking platforms to crack down on fake displays of wealth and manipulative behavior, and they're warning others not to fall for the same tricks. Whether or not Du Mizhu ever faces charges is still up in the air. Some people think Miss Zhu won't win in court because legally, it might be seen as a gift, not a loan. But regardless of the legal outcome, Du is already facing consequences. The internet doesn't forget. Her image as a strong, honest woman has taken a huge hit, and now she's being seen as just another fake influencer who takes advantage of fans for money. In the end, this isn't just a scandal about one influencer and one fan. It's about trust, manipulation, and how easy it is to get sucked into someone else's fantasy. It's about how people with fame, even small-time fame, can use that influence to get what they want, without caring who gets hurt. And it's about how dangerous it is to believe everything you see online, because behind every perfect post, there might be a lie. Behind every luxury bag, a mountain of debt. And behind every smiling influencer, someone who doesn't care how much you're hurting, as long as you keep sending money. A lot of people outside China don't realize how deep this whole fake rich influencer culture goes. It's not just about clout or showing off on social media, it's also a calculated hustle. Some Chinese female influencers aren't just pretending to be rich for fame or followers. They're doing it as a strategy to hook actual rich men, get close to them emotionally or romantically, and then cash out, sometimes in the form of gifts, sponsorships, or even through marriage and messy divorces. The basic idea is this. A woman creates a fake image online of being wealthy, classy, and high value. She'll post pictures in five-star hotels, luxury cars, wearing Chanel or Dior, dining on expensive sushi, sipping champagne in Dubai or Paris. But a lot of this lifestyle is rented or staged. The clothes are borrowed. The bags are knockoffs or on loan. The hotel room might be for one night just for content. Even some meals are sent back after the photo is taken. But it all creates an illusion that she's already living the good life. And that illusion attracts wealthy men.